Hello everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to our My Player Career Mode. Thank you all so much for all of your support. I appreciate you all, and hopefully you're all having an awesome day. We've got 4 matches coming your way today, all in the Premier League, so let's see who we will be facing. First up is Newcastle at home, followed by an away trip to Spurs, and then it's transfer deadline day, where we'll see if there's any other new players joining us here at Manchester United. Recently, DeMarco did join the club, so we'll see how he fits into Ruben Amorim's plans and the starting 11 this season. We then will face Everton at home before another away trip to take on Palace. Along with DeMarco, we also saw Pau Cubarsí join the club from Barcelona. So they are the 2 players who have joined us here at United so far this transfer window. A few sales, Rashford has left, Dalot has left, and we've actually been given the number 10 shirt for this new season. Wasting no time today though, let's get into the first game of the day, which is up against Newcastle. 500 likes is the target for this episode. And here then is the team the boss has named ahead of this game against Newcastle. No place for DeMarco or Cubarsí in the starting 11. Here is Anthony Gordon, forward to Alexander Isak with a first shot for Newcastle, and he wasn't far away from opening the scoring. We'll see it better from this angle. It's an early warning sign for Manchester United. You cannot be letting a player of Alexander Isak's quality turn and have a free shot at goal. This is, of course, the first home game of the Premier League season for us, following our 1-0 victory on the opening day away at Anfield, where we did score the only goal of that game. So we've also managed to already get our first goal of the new season. Here is Kobbie Mainoo now for United, who are looking to create after that early Alexander Isak effort. As we look to go back actually to Anthony. It's poor work from me to give away the ball. Mainoo to Anthony. Anthony to me. Now we'll play it the way of Agate. Agate could play forward again. He has done. We turn once more. And now Anthony finding Mainoo. Kobbie Mainoo then looking maybe for a cross. Instead goes back to Agate, who finds Fernandes. Fernandes with a shot from distance. Doesn't get past Tonali. The ball back here towards Mount. Mount plays me. We play Anthony. Anthony in the area of Newcastle. It's Anthony. It's back for Fernandes, and it's straight at Restes. That's the best that United have created in this opening half, but in the end it was straight at the Newcastle goalkeeper. Fernandes to Agate. To Mount. Mount slides it well. Left-footed efforts. Manchester United breakthrough. 52 minutes gone. It's a thunderous finish into the bottom left corner. Mason Mount, one touch, second one to set it. And the finish from us, so clinical as it has been. 2 in 2 now. We could have quite the season here. Look at that, right-footed touch into the left-footed effort. Absolutely no chance for Restes in the Newcastle goal. Wonderful stuff. And actually, I thought it was in the bottom corner. It wasn't. It was sort of middle of the goal. Amorim's loving it. Understandably so. Here is Longstaff. Now to Murphy. Murphy for Newcastle. He's trying to find an angle to look for a cross. It's Kieran Trippier to take over. He's got Murphy still supporting him here. Trippier now does cross it straight towards Isak! And it's all square here at Old Trafford. A brilliant header from Alexander Isak. Completely unmarked in the Manchester United penalty area. The inquest will go on as to who on earth was supposed to be picking him up in the United defence. But what you can say there'll be no inquest about is how good the header was from Isak. Tremendous. Balde towards Anthony Gordon. Gordon looking for a way through. He found it. The effort only beaten away by Onana back into a dangerous area. There's Anthony Gordon again. I think the header was maybe going wide, but Onana made sure. And that ball out. Sancho's header though has gone straight back to Anthony Gordon, who plays Isak with quick feet. He manages to unleash an effort. Onana rescues us again. Short corner could be on here for Newcastle. It is. Longstaff delivers. Edge of the penalty area for Burn, who's headed down. Is intercepted. And United look for a break. Fernandes. Mainoo. Kobbie Mainoo. We managed to take the touch away from Frimpong, have we? We know he's got pace, though, and I don't think I'm going to win this foot race, given my stamina as well. Restes. Oh, mistake! Huge mistake! Absolutely unbelievable! As he passes the ball straight to us. We will not score an easier goal in the Premier League this season. That is heartbreaking for Newcastle and for their goalkeeper, as he was played the ball back, and I actually do not know how on earth he's got that so wrong. We do not care though. It's the second goal in the game for us. And Manchester United lead by 2-1 with 2 minutes left in a game that you might argue Newcastle have been the better side in. Full time here at Old Trafford. It finishes Manchester United 2, Newcastle 1 in a hard-fought match. United pick up the 3 points thanks to a huge mistake from Restes. And now it's off to Spurs. I believe unchanged from the side that just started the victory against Newcastle. And Spurs enter this game off the back of a convincing 4-0 win over Luton, so confidence flowing for them. Will hopefully be able to stop them in their tracks here, with Solanke immediately looking for the first chance, and he finds Manor Solomon, and after 2.5 minutes, Spurs stun Manchester United. Just as I'm saying confidence is flowing for Spurs, they make it look simple from kickoff. United again though, it seems as if you saw it against Newcastle, and that early start to a game that we just don't start very well has happened again. Luckily, in the other game against Newcastle, Isak's effort went wide. This time though, Suleiman has found the finish. Manor Solomon has given Spurs a 1-0 lead that United will now have to try and fight back from. Luckily, there's still 87 minutes of the game to go. Look at this. Solomon on the turn has so much space and time. And Manor Solomon makes it 2. United have to try and wake up here, because at this moment in time, the space that he's given to this front three of Spurs is astounding. Look at this. Why are we backing off and giving him that sort of time? He finishes off the inside the post. Amorim, I mean, he's asking the question, what is happening? Because why are Spurs getting the ball where they're getting it with such time, such space to turn and play forwards? Garnacho's ball I will give chase to, and I will get there as well. The angle will be tight against me though. And as we look up, we can only play back to Garnacho, who finds Agate, whose effort easily had dealt with by Vicario. De Ligt. I mean, he played the ball into Mount, who tried to turn straight into a Spurs player, and Kulusevski. It happened that quick, we didn't even see the effort. But here is Solanke, and there is the third for Spurs. This could get embarrassing for Manchester United. In fact, I'd even argue it possibly is already. What on earth are we witnessing from Manchester United here? Credit Spurs, they're taking the chance as well, but I feel they're not having to work all too hard to get them. Solanke sweeps home the third. Here now is Spurs again with Solanke. Lovely ball through, and out came Onana. Stood tall, made the save. Richarlison with a second chance. And it feels like everything Spurs are doing is turning into a goal. It's 4-0 Tottenham. Deary, deary me. There will be strong words said about this Manchester United display after full time. DeMarco just came on and started saying instructions, but at this point in time now, I think the game is all but done, my friend. That's nicely done by us though. Oh, and we've hit the frame of the goal. That sums up this game. If I ever could have summed it up better, would be that we'd get a chance finally and we'd hit the woodwork. Here comes Spurs again. Kulusevski, 2 minutes to go until full time. Kulusevski with the ball in. Richarlison will get there. It should be with Onana. It is with Onana. Time, though, is pretty much done here. And Spurs have picked up a outstanding 4-0 victory. It's one thing beating Luton 4-0. It's another thing doing that to Manchester United, who'd won 2 from 2 heading into this game. Sancho picks up a yellow card. It's another opportunity for Spurs here from a free kick. And that will pretty much be the end of the game. And as you can see, Ange Postecoglou is not happy with that challenge. Feels it possibly should have been more for Sancho. Romero stands over the free kick into the wall. Ball is there for him. He now goes back for Sarr, and that should be full time. Ref still going though. Solanke's effort blocked by Martinez. Picked up by Lenny Yoro. And there is the full time whistle. Manchester United have to figure out what went wrong there. They cannot have that happen again. The one thing you could say about that game, though, is that it does show United need more signings in the transfer window. And with 10 hours to go, it's time for deadline day. A rumour, though, circulating is that Garnacho may well be leaving. So, if we don't sign players but keep letting players go, that's not strengthening the team. And that deal has now happened. Garnacho has left to Leverkusen. Gyökeres has gone to Inter for £110 million. But will United sign anyone else? And that is the final hour of deadline day done. Let's see what the squad is looking like now then. In terms of goalkeeper, we've lost Bayandia. He has left the club as well. Into defence, where there hasn't been any changes. Midfield still looks the same as it was. Of course, Garnacho going to Leverkusen means Sancho is now the only left midfielder at the club. So it looks like that's it. We didn't strengthen at all in the summer transfer window. We'll have to see if we do that in January then, because I don't want to sound pessimistic, but I'm not sure with the squad we have that we'll be able to push for a title challenge, and even top 4 might be tough, but we'll see. We've got to try and keep confident and see what we can do with that. We are in 8th after that defeat. Everton up to 3rd, and that's who we play next. We are back to Old Trafford for this one. Adam Wharton is in the starting 11. United corner, the home fans in good spirits, given the circumstances behind that previous Premier League outing. Here is Anthony, finds me. Now we'll play Mount. Mount towards Yoro. Lenny Yoro, back for Martinez. Into De Ligt. De Ligt to Wharton. Wharton with the effort, and Hermansen will push it behind for another United corner. Fernandes again will deliver. Can they get something from this? It's in towards the box. It's over myself. Beto's header. Mount goes for the effort. Luna heads away. Pressure kept on, though, by Manchester United for the moment as we turn. Drive into the area of Everton. Back here towards Wharton on the edge of the area. Truffaut in the way. Fernandes keeps it. It's Adam Wharton again, and it's wide. The entire sequence for Manchester United was good, but it results in no goal in the end. Still, an extremely positive start to the game, given the start we made in the previous couple of matches. Here is Beto, though, for Everton. Forwards into United's penalty area. Allowed to go a long way, and allowed to smash it in at the near post. Forget everything I've just said about a good start for United, because it's all completely undone by a moment of sheer silliness on their part. Why on earth Lenny Yoro just allows Beto to carry on, but then for him to fire in at the near post like he does is outrageously poor from United. Can you sense the little bit of frustration beginning to appear for me at the minute, given the way we're defending? Here is Mount, and now United again from a 0-0 down. Do not do what we did against Spurs, though, and allow them to just take over in the game. Fernandes' ball forwards. We are allowed to take it, and now we'll play Kobbie Mainoo. Mainoo now then for United. Still got it here. We'll slide the ball my way as we look up again. And now it's here for Wharton. Wharton on the left foot. Hermansen again is in the way. He's getting a lot of time and space here, Adam Wharton, for these efforts. We are quickly running out of time here, as that's good work from us to win it back. The ball now finding its way to Sancho. Sancho and Wharton combine. Here is Adam Wharton again, up for Mainoo. Mainoo finds me. We look to play Anthony. We've got slightly fortunate to still have the ball here. It's Mount through for Anthony. The angle's a bit tight, but he has to get it right, and he wasn't able to. And United finally create something in behind, but in the end, it's not a good enough finish, and it's not good enough to find an equaliser. And as I say, time is really running out. Anthony, found by me. Can we rescue something for United? It's Mason Mount to Mainoo. Mainoo into my path, back the way of Mount. Mount to Fernandes. Fernandes to Anthony. Anthony to Mount. Everton defending well. It's Fernandes. Sliding it through. Left-footed finish. Like we love to do. 5 minutes to go. United 1, Everton 1. That's the first time, what feels like in ages, that we've been able to make that run in behind, and it's not tracked by the defender, and we've actually got the pass right. Can we still, with 5 minutes to go, win this game? There goes the full-time whistle. Manchester United 1, Everton 1. We rescue a point at the end. But it really is that inconsistency of United seeming to creep back in. I'm saying it like we got rid of it. We didn't. We've just had some success recently with the 2 trophy wins, but Premier League season is totally different. And that's because in the Premier League, it's a 38-game season. And actually, that's the end of our Premier League games for today because the Champions League is starting and we've drawn our first game against BSC Young Boys. So let's see what our first Champions League appearance has in store for us. Before that, though, went ahead, allocated some skill points, went into penalties. So maybe we'll get to take some penalties this season as well. We're up to 94 penalties now, and that keeps us 75 overall. And there's the team for this one at Old Trafford. Fernandez finds our feet. We turn, look at Mainu. The ball into Kobe Mainu. It's behind me, but we slide in. Looked a bit of a dangerous tackle. Referee said it was fine, though. Allowed play on. I mean, we did get a lot of the ball, but we did also look quite high with the challenge. Mainu's ball into my feet. As it always is, though, when we look up, there's nobody in a red shirt in the penalty area. Here's Anthony. Now for Agate to Mason Mount, who spins and fires. And Fernando makes the save. It came at him so quickly, though. That's an impressive stop. That is ambitious. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's not. That is a tremendous effort from Itten. But it's yet again a question over why Martinez backs off him, allows him to turn, and then Onana, who at times has been so brilliant, in fact, more often than not, so brilliant. The only thing I can say is he's kind of maybe caught out, doesn't expect Itten to shoot from there, but he does, and he picks out the top corner. And frustratingly, Manchester United are behind again. Sancho gets the ball into my feet. We're away from the challenge, and the little prodded finish gets United level. Straight back out for the second half. Whatever has been said to the boys from Ruben Amorim seems to have worked because there's an immediate response. Sancho, ball in there. We do enough to hold off the challenge and then manage to get there ahead of the on-rushing goalkeeper. 1-1. And there is a corner with the last kick of the game. And the corner is with BSC Young Boys. I thought after we got the equaliser, we'd spur on and find a winner. But that hasn't been the case. And there's a chance here for Young Boys to win the entire game! You couldn't write it! The man who scored a worldie in the first half pops up with a header to sink United in the second in the dying minutes. There is a shake of my head and a look of bewilderment because out of this episode today, the success of United recently to lift 2 trophies, to then see the way they play here, is a genuine shock. But should it be? Is this what happens when you don't strengthen? When you lose players in a squad that you might say overachieved last season with the Europa League win and then the Super Cup win? You cannot carry on like this, United. The victory we had against Liverpool, the 1-0 win was good. We got very lucky to beat Newcastle. But then we lose to Spurs. We draw with Everton and we lose to Young Boys. And in all of the performances, we were far from convincing. And one of the changes I'm hoping takes place in EAFC 26 is the transfers in my player. So often, your team just sells players and never replaces them. We saw that this season. I mean, we signed 2 players, but one of them, Pau Kabasi, has not played yet. And then the other, DeMarco, doesn't even really fit the formation. So transfers hopefully will be addressed in next year's game because it is a bit frustrating when you see it happen like we are. Regardless, after today's episode, we are 9th in the Premier League. 2 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat from our opening 4 games. Top of the table, Manchester City. No team has won all 4 games, though. That's the positive we can take away. They sit on 10 points. Villa 2nd, Spurs 3rd, Newcastle 4th. In fact, it's not been a good start for Liverpool, who are, of course, the Premier League champions. Only 6 points. Chelsea only 6 points as well. And whilst it has been a great start to the season for us, with 4 goals in 4 Premier League matches, 1 in 1 in the Champions League, 2 in 1 in the UEFA Super Cup. If I show you the goals at the moment, we have 7. Sancho's got 1, and nobody else has scored yet. I've got a feeling that could be the story of the season. Hopefully not, though. For now, though, my friends, that is where we are going to leave today's episode. A huge thank you for watching. If you did enjoy it, a like would be greatly appreciated. 500 is the target if you are new around here. And like what you see, subscribe, activate the notification bell as well so you don't miss any of the future episodes. And I will see you all back here for another My Player episode very soon. Until then, take care, stay safe, look after each other. Adios!